Hey, welcome to the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast and this episode. And today's focus, we are going to be talking about spiritual awakening, or after your spiritual awakening and experiencing that ease, grace, and flow. And if you've experienced a spiritual awakening, there's not always that ease, grace, and flow while you're going through an awakening. But hopefully, as you go on this journey and you join me here at the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast and the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with me, Iona made, you'll see why normalizing going through an awakening, even though it can be very painful, I often say it's quite rude, that it will support you on your journey. That's what I want to say. So in today's episode, we're going to dive in to all things spiritual freedom. And I'm going to go through what we cover on each of the episodes for the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast and how we want to be raising our vibrational frequency to the vibration we wish to witness in the world. So after a spiritual awakening, don't know about you, when I went through multiple spiritual awakenings and the dark night of the soul, and it's not a night, mine was a dark decade of the soul. Many people say that they've been through years of that awakening in that dark night, that really heavy feeling, that really like, oh my God, what is this? Like that really feeling like you're on the floor, really feeling, as I say, at rock bottom, like hitting rock bottom. I thought that I'd hit rock bottom when I was going through a really messy divorce. I talk about it in one of the co-author books that I had co-authored in, talking about how I was emotionally, mentally, physically, financially bankrupt. And I was rising above adversity. However, I didn't know that I had not quite hit rock bottom. So for those of you who don't know, I went through an awakening, many awakenings, and I've gone through an awakening for my son. My son passed, and he made his transition 9 years ago now, and I dedicate my work to my son. And so it was 12 days before his 20th birthday. I have a beautiful granddaughter, his daughter, and my daughter as well. And so we all went through, as a family, all went through the ringer with it. And so I came to the point where I wanted to rebuild my life, and I wanted to not only dedicate my work to my son, but actually live life, like really live life, and leave a legacy. So that was my rock bottom, right? And so what I want to do is share on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast the 7 days that I cover for intentional living for Lightworkers, and give you a spiritual life coaching session every single day, right? Because that is what I needed when I was going through my spiritual awakening. I didn't have people around me that really got it, and I was searching on Google and on YouTube of what is happening to me. And it's funny to me how eventually, as we're going through our spiritual awakening, we find the words spiritual awakening and we start to type in. And I've watched many YouTubers' spiritual awakening stories, to the point of I wanted to share my spiritual awakening story with you, with the world. And I've done that in 3 co-author book series now. And I have a co-author book series where you can share your spiritual awakening story if you're a soul match, if you're one of my students. In the Soul Legacy Academy, I actually gift a bonus of featuring in my the Soul Legacy Journal 365 days of your spiritual awakening story, a co-authored soul path to spiritual alchemy by Lightworkers. So there are other Lightworkers who have gone through their spiritual awakening, and they're willing to share that with you so that they can be in service. So if you are going through a spiritual awakening, or you've been through a spiritual awakening and it kind of doesn't really make that much sense, hopefully if you come back to the Soul Legacy TV Spiritual Business Success with Iona, it will make it make sense for you. All right, so I do have a 2-hour monthly coaching call as a follow-on from these daily lives. It's a 2-hour monthly coaching call on your spiritual life and work balance, and that's what I wanted to experience after my awakening. I also have a 7-day spiritual business vision board. I call it a 1 week to create your badass spiritual business vision board. And it's the vision board is what got me through my awakening. Vision has always got me through. I used to be called, I'll call myself the vision coach, and I call myself a vision and life purpose business coach. And I still teach vision to this day. Every time I want to do something or up level, I go to my vision. So hopefully if you're going through an awakening or you're after your awakening and you're coming out the other side, hopefully that vision board will support you in not only getting clear as a light worker as what is it that you are here, why have you gone through that awakening, what gifts are you here to birth. When we go for a spiritual awakening, I personally believe that we find tools to help us on this path to raise our vibration, going from the lower vibrational frequencies on the emotional scale, Abraham Hicks's emotional scale, fear, doubt, grief, powerlessness, being a victim, whatever, to raising our vibration to love and joy and empowerment and knowledge and freedom, right? And so that can be a really big gap when you're hitting those lower vibrations and you've been triggered through one or more areas of your life. So the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast is here to support you. And so I personally have gone through an awakening for all areas of my life that I'm talking about on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast. And let me know if you have. And if you are a student of mine and you want to share your spiritual awakening story, I talk about that. And I will invite you to chat with me on a Friday. We have our co-author collab chats to see if actually, you'd like to share, you'd like to become an author, you'd like to. I've got this journal and we have a co-author book series on your spiritual awakening story, because I do believe that we're here to share our story and alchemize our gifts. That's why I call it spiritual alchemy. And so the areas that I share in the book are the areas that I talk about on my vision board, the areas that I have gone through my awakening, the areas that I have created this Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast around: our contribution, health, emotions, environment, relationships, spirituality, and finances. And I explain in the Global Networking Hub for ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, authors, and entrepreneurs doing their light work in the world. I explain in there, I can't remember what hub it is, I think it's hub 3. We've got 5 hubs, and hub 3 talks about sharing your spiritual awakening story and the areas. And again, I have a Zoom link, my calendar link that will register you for the call and give you a Zoom link. And I will share with you how you can share your spiritual awakening story and become a co-author in my co-author book series. I'd be really honored if you are a soul match. I am sharing that, and I'm gifting it to my students, to my boot campers and my masterminders. So spiritual freedom, spiritual awakening, as we go through this Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, raising your vibrational frequency, that in and of itself is being a spiritual part of my spiritual awakening. After my awakening, knowing that, hey, I can raise my own vibrational frequency. We are energy, we're frequency. Like, what? Our thoughts and our feelings are emitting a frequency, and actually that's manifesting in the world what it is that we're experiencing. It's like, wow, we're not taught that in school, and I wonder why. So that is what we're doing today. And so if you are new, consider subscribing at Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. I'd love to support you in your awakening and after your awakening, and to rebuilding your life as a light worker. But also, if you've gone through an awakening through your health or through your purpose, like you know that you're meant for more, or your emotions like I did with grief, or you've had anxiety, or through pain, or through a soulmate relationship, or through being whatever, like through religion, through meditation, through finances, through bankruptcy, through whatever it is, I know that people can go through their awakening, don't get me wrong, and it be fairies, rainbows, butterflies, all things. It wasn't for me. And so oftentimes we go through an awakening and it's a painful journey, but it awakens us to our purpose in life. I believe as a light worker, I believe that we go through that darkness so that we can birth light. And so whatever light that you're here to birth, I'd love to support you. So I talk about on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast for a spiritual life and work balance. And it's funny because more people are coming across this episode, coming in and coming out. So if you watch this on the replay, Let me know that you're here, like this episode, and share it out if you listen on Spotify or on Audible, and let me know how you found it. So today we're going to rate our vibrational frequency, as in how in alignment we feel with our soul guidance. And so every single day we rate our vibrational frequency. And so if you're aware of awakening, and if you're aware of ascension and elevating, and if you're aware of alchemy, and if you're aware of the universal laws and the law of vibration, you'll know what I mean. So when we rate our vibrational frequency, I personally rate my vibrational frequency on a scale of 1 to 11. And that means 1 is like meh, I'm like not in tuned, I feel blocked, I feel stagnant, I feel stuck. And 11 is I'm on it, like I'm on fire, I'm popping off, I'm in tune, I'm looking at the world through the lens of my soul. Like that's what we're here for. We're following our soul guidance, our angels, our guides. We're hearing whatever it is we need to hear. We've got that knowing, we're in tune with our clairs, we're letting everything in. And we're moving in the way, and we're manifesting, and we're creating that spiritual life and work balance, because we are powerful manifestors, and we are here to co-create with the divine, right? So when we rate our vibrational frequency, how in flow do you feel today? And wherever you are is cool, it's fine, it's okay. So I rate in terms of like when we rate in each area. So when we think of our life in terms of these 7 freedoms and these 7 areas that we put on our vision board, our 1 week to create about our spiritual business vision board, right? We put all these areas, again, contribution, health, emotion, environment, relationships, spirituality, and finances. And so what I want to do is support Lightworkers in this spiritual life coaching session and on the monthly coaching call, is to bring spirituality, not even bring, but kind of just bring, intentionally bring their spirituality into the other areas of their life, because I know my audience, my soul tribe are like, oh yeah, I've got crystals, I've got tarot cards, I've got whatever, I listen to my guides, I feel guidance, I've got energy, all the things. And they bring that element of spirituality, and it kind of stays isolated. It's like, I'm in tune, I'm spiritual, I'm a spiritual person. Okay. But why do we then differentiate and separate finances from spirituality? It's energy. Everything's energy. Okay, well, so is money, right? And so is our health, and so our emotions, and so our environment. Everything's made of energy. This is energy. It feels solid, but it's not, right? And so how we contribute, and we say we're one, and oneness with all things, and then we separate ourselves from the human conditioning that we experience. And I get it, but like remembering and coming back to that. So bringing spirituality into our contribution, not just going out there and saying the money's in the list, right? The money is in our legacy, and the money, receiving financial freedom for actually not going out there and working for somebody else, doing a soul-sucking day job, actually building a spiritual business that is based on your gifts, is the best thing, the best gift that you can ever give yourself, I believe, right? So here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona, after your awakening, what do? You give, you serve, you show up, you speak out, and you serve deep, right? And I want to share that with you, how you do that, and how you do it in alignment, how you align your movement, your message, and your money, all those things. I mean, bringing the essence of my spirituality, my calling, my soul calling, what I'm here to do, my movement, my soul legacy, right? Launching, leading, and leaving our soul legacy, and doing it with ease, grace, and flow. How we launch our day, lead our day, and leave our day. Bringing spirituality into our morning routine, right? Bringing our spirituality and our spiritual essence, that's flow, into our daily routine. Launching our day, then leading our day, then nighttime routine. And I'm about to add 5 minutes of that visualization. And as Neville Goddard says, living from the end as our wish is fulfilled, 5 minutes before I go to sleep at night. And I'm going to challenge you guys to do the same. So when we think of, oh, well, I'm on the spiritual path, I'm on the soul path, and we are in resistance, when we remember, as Neville Goddard says, like we are living from that, where we are speaking, feeling, and acting as if we've already fulfilled our vision, right? And so then when we manifest it, it just feels real. It feels natural. And I love that. And one way I love it, and another way I'm like, okay, well, what was the big deal? You know, when we've already manifested it in our minds and then we see it in the physical, it's like, okay, it was never a big deal. Sorry, it was never a big deal. It's a big deal, but it's never a big deal. All right, sorry for that. So the next thing that I want to do in this podcast, break down vibrational frequency, write down your vibrational frequency. Mine is 11. And every single day I write down my vibrational frequency. Between a 1 and 11, so soul funk versus soul flow. So soul flow is you're listening to that guidance, looking at the world through the lens of your soul and not being pushed and pulled throughout your day. You're bringing that flow, right? You're moving, you're segment intending your day, as Abraham Hicks says. I love that. Segment intending your day is placing the energy forth of you moving into the next segment of your day. The next, say, I'm here with you. If I go out and I go for a walk, I'm segmented. My day is segmented into specific actions, specific activities and tasks, right? So like I might go for a walk and say, well, the energy that I want to set before I'm going to have a beautiful walk, I'm going to so let's do it this way. So I'm having my breakfast and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go on my live. And so I want to say, you know, I'm going to go there. I'm going to show up with confidence. I'm going to show up and, you know, people are going to come on the live or on the replay, they're commenting, or I'm setting the energy of it's going to flow and things are going to flow out of me. It's not scripted, and it's not scripted. You can tell. All those things. So if I was fearful of camera, it's like I'm confident on camera. I'm blah 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 blah. Whatever it is, like, so you're moving into the next segment of your day with the energy that you want. You're creating. You're co-creating before you get there. You know, before you. So I teach to live intentionally, and I teach my students again in the Soul Legacy Academy to actually set up your day and co-create your day the way that you really want to experience it. So every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday, that's a week, and then a month, and then a year, and then a decade. What do you want your life to look and feel like? Because the legacy that you leave is every single day. And we are not promised tomorrow, people say, right? And so when it is your time up on this earthly plane, what do you want to have left as your legacy? Now, if it isn't what it is that you're doing now, do something different. So I teach to put the segments of your day on your calendar, because if it isn't on your calendar, you shouldn't be doing it. Being organized, being the version of you, visualizing, moving. So say I do like a visualization, right? Before I go to bed. Then I wake up and my life is an absolute shit show and a hot mess, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm blah, 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 blah. I'm questioning everything. I'm doubting everything. Like, what? And in the middle of the day, I'm like, oh, well, I'll meditate. What is that going to do? Or I'll use my crystals, or I'll ask my guides, or I'll use a pendulum, but the rest of the time I'm in doubt, I'm in fear. It's not bringing that spiritual essence into our days. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. So rate your vibration. Make sure you're creating your vision board. The 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board challenge. And bank 50K in 50 days. And we bank 50K in 50 days. We do it vibrationally. That for me, like knowing that I can create vibrationally was after my awakening. If I hadn't gone through my spiritual awakening, I would have no clue. So I'm grateful for my spiritual awakening. I'm grateful for my bankruptcy. I'm grateful that my house got repossessed. Like when I was with my ex-husband 11, 12 years ago, whatever it was. Like I've learned lessons from my spiritual awakening that I can pass on to my students. I'm so grateful. All of the things that I've been through, I hit my rock bottom and some. I don't have the fears that other people might have. Like I don't have the fear of being on camera. I don't love it, but I don't have the fear of it because life is too short. Like to even fear, when we're fearing, we're vibrating at a low vibrational frequency. So we have to choose to figure out how to raise our vibrational frequency, and hopefully this will help and support you. All right. So the next thing that I want to talk about, we've rated our vibration, we're creating our vision board, and actually deciding what it is that we want to experience in each of these areas of our life, especially if you've gone through awakening. After your awakening, you're like, that sucked. So like when you experience a certain thing, it's a contrast. So then you can ask for what you want. So if you're experiencing what you don't want, then that's a great indicator of asking for what it is that you want. All right. Setting soul's intentions. So setting an intention is your soul's intention. What are you here to create? What are you here to manifest? In terms of your contribution, in terms of your health, in terms of your emotions, in terms of your environment, in terms of your spirituality, in terms of your relationships, in terms of your finances. Set your intentions, how you can bring more spirituality into each day. How can you launch your day? How can you lead your day? And how can you leave your day with ease, more ease, grace, and flow? Just little tweaks, like in the morning, coming back, being grounded in as you lead your day, and at night, so that you're not vibrating at a lower vibrational frequency where you're in fear, you're in doubt, you're questioning yourself, your mind, your thoughts, the vibration that you're emitting is contradictory to what it is that you want to experience on your vision board. That contribution. So if you want to contribute in the world, you want to write your book, you want to create a coaching program, you want to, I don't know, do a healing program, you want to do a retreat, and then your mind is telling you, I can't do it. Like, you want to do a podcast, you want to do a YouTube video, you want to do a live, you want to go out and get featured, whatever it is, and your mind's saying, I can't do that, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy. You're emitting a different vibrational frequency than what is on your vision, and that's where we want to do the work. Okay, so setting in soul's intentions. What can you do if you want to come to the monthly coaching call for spiritual life and work balance for the 7 freedoms frequency call in gym? I will share with you how you can do that, how you can come and work with me if that resonates with you. All right, the next segment of this 7 freedoms frequency podcast is the book of the day. Now, I have got a book that I absolutely love. Now, there's a story behind this book. It was actually gifted to me by one of my nieces, and her sister actually left this book for me in her room, and which became my room. And it's called Make It Happen. Can you see that? Sorry. Make It Happen. I don't know if it's backwards or not. You have to let me know. And I don't see any comments, but I do see people coming in and out. But you can comment and let me know if you find this of value. So Make It Happen. Manifest the life of your dreams. This is a game changer of a book. I love listening to an Audible book, and I love listening to The Untethered Soul for spiritual freedom, but it says on Make It Happen, what is the manifestation equation? And so basically the manifestation equation is this book is by Jordana Levin, or Levin, I think. She says thoughts, feelings, actions, faith equals successful manifestation. Thoughts, your feelings, your actions. You have to take action, right? Your faith, so you're taking actions with faith, like blind faith. And then that equals a successful manifestation. You're going to see things happen in physical form. It's a really, really, really great book. All right. That's the book for the day. That's the book that I recommend. And as we are on the 7 freedoms frequency call engine and you're bodying up, you can listen to whatever books. We do have a book club while you're listening to my book or reading my book, actually. It's called Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul-guided influencer's compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. I love my book. My students love my book. I'm like, oh wow. It's really nice to get your gifts onto paper and into a book, and then people actually go through it and love it. Like, I wrote that book. I manifested writing the book. I put it on my vision board, and I wrote the book a year after I got it to #1. So I self-published on Amazon, and a way happened, or the universe showed me the way to get it to #1 on Amazon in 7 categories in 7 days before uploading the manuscript. And then I gave myself a year to write it. It's written now. That was on my vision board. Had I not gone through my awakening, I don't think I'd have that much to say in that book. So that's me manifesting. And so I just love it. So if you don't have the book, if you come to my masterclass, I will give you a free chapter of the book. Let me know what you think of it. All right. So the next segment of the Seven Cravings Frequency podcast, and that's helped me to lose my page, is I did the book for the day, the card for today. So the card for Spiritual Awakening Saturdays is this. It's from Keepers of the Light by Cal Gray. I love it. So this is what I pull on a morning, just to give a little bit of energy. And people say that when you have a pack of cards, a deck of cards, that whatever vibrational frequency you are emitting, that's the card. I just shuffle and let it come out. Like, it's like, okay, I'll just set the intention, say what day it is today, and this is what comes out. So this is what came out for Spiritual Freedom Saturday. Kali-Ma, facing fear, major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Kali-Ma is a Hindu goddess of death and rebirth. She brings all cycles to an end so that we can experience transformation. Does that resonate with you? Does me. She is strong, fierce, fiery, and powerful, image of the divine feminine. Many have been intimidated by her, but she is mother energy and therefore completely loving. She's like a fierce mothering energy, protecting her child from harm. She has a dark energy like the night sky, but it consumes fear and leaves only love. She is the twin flame of God Shiva and has been known to slay the ego so that he can reveal his true loving self. Extended message, sorry. This is the time when you are able to look fear in the eye and move away from it. Fear is just an energy, and an energy can be changed. This can be an intense experience because the human self is so conditioned that it may be used to be operating with fear present. When the fear is gone, it may feel as though there is an emptiness there. But this is a space for love and miracles to enter. You are being filled with the courage of spirit now so that you can move from this phase of your life to the next. Trust the process and call in Kali-Ma to help you release your fear and step into the space that's strong, focused, and courageous. Does that resonate with you? That is beautiful. That's what I pulled. So me starting my day in a more spiritual way, I'm like pulling my card, but I'm not just pulling a card and going, oh, that's it. I'm using that energy. I'm seeing, okay, well, where does that resonate with me? Like, how does that, I tend to get confirmations. I get signs and synchronicities, but I tend to get confirmations, and I'll have this around me and I will call in that energy, and I love it. So every single day, my only job is to raise my own vibration frequency and support you, obviously, in raising your vibrational frequency. But you get it, don't you? Right? So if you love this, do me a favor, click the subscribe button to get notified. YouTube will notify you so that you can join these daily live YouTube live streams and chats at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. All right? That is a URL. If you're listening on Audible, then follow it, then download it, then download the episode, but then come over to the YouTube channel and you can see me. All right. So what else have we got? Let's see. We have got the note from the universe, and I have a feeling that Mike Dooley only sends his notes out of the universe on a Monday to Friday, so we'll skip that. Then we'll play the soul income game, and then we're going to wrap up with gratitude, all right? So the soul income game, the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. So I talk about this all the time. Part of my work of supporting Lightworkers to get the gifts out in the world is building a YouTube channel and getting your book out there. And so getting your book out there and marketing your spiritual business book might feel like a toll fee. You're like, oh God, well, who's going to read my book? I don't have a readership community. YouTube's a beautiful place to actually reach the people who are actually searching for you, right? And so one of the things that I talk about in the book, or many things I talk about in the book, I give a one-page plan. And so I say, if you're going out there and you're getting featured, or you're building a following, you're building a Facebook group, or whatever it is that you're doing, or building a list. That irks me. If you incorporate YouTube into what it is that you're doing, you can leverage your author and authority platform, and building your business to incorporate video. Like, there's video everywhere. Everybody that you admire in your industry or in our industry, you've seen on YouTube. I know you've seen them on YouTube. There may be one, like the very small percentage, you've seen them being featured, you've seen them shared, you've actually connected with them, even if they do not know who you are from Adam. So YouTube is really, really powerful. Now, if we think of, okay, well, we're going out there and we're sharing our gifts on YouTube, on podcasts, on radio, on TV, wherever it is that we want to be visible. If you build your spiritual business and I've seen this many, many, many times from students that have come to me, to co-authors, to fellow soul-guided influencers in the industry, they will go out and they'll get featured, right? I can get featured. Many people raise their hand to be featured on my summit for spiritual awakening. I'm in my co-author book series for spiritual awakening, sharing your spiritual awakening story, but had nothing on the back end of their business, nothing done, nothing ready to say, hey, come and work with me. But then they'll say, well, what if everybody came and worked with me? I'd be overwhelmed. That's because you've not dealt with the back end of your business. So we play the soul income game in a way that you send the vibrational energy spiritually to manifest those and call in your soul family, your soul tribe, and work with your soul clients. However, if you came to work with me and I had nothing, I had no place to say, hey, do you want to come and join my community? Hey, do you want to get on the monthly call and connect and go create and collaborate? Hey, do you want to purchase my book? Hey, why am I on here? I'm just adding to the noise, right? And so as Lightwork, what I want to support you to do is do your light work in the world where you're not burnt out, you're not doing busy work, and you're not out of balance, right? So you're not broke. Like, you actually know that money is an energy, and you're bringing that essence of spirituality into your business. You're giving and you're receiving. Otherwise, you're just blocking. And if you're blocking money and you're blocking all the other things and you're blocking clients, then you're blocking other things like love and peace and abundance and prosperity. So in order for us to do that, I wanted to make it fun. So I've done it for myself, done it for students, and I'd love to do it for you. So this journal is called the Soul Legacy Journal. Spirits, 365 days of your spiritual awakening story. So after your awakening, I wanted to do a journal. I wish I had done a journal. I wish somebody was here to tell me to journal my spiritual awakening journey, so I could have made sense of it, one, faster, although you are where you need to be, but I could have made sense with it and understood what was happening to me. So I invite you to journal, right? And then I call this a co-authored, co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for Lightworkers. So this is a magical journal. You're welcome. It gives you £1,000, dollars, euros, wherever you are in the world, to spend, right, on your soul income. We're playing the soul income game, so it gives you money, like a vibrational money. You're like, is she crazy? With the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge, when you don't have the back end of your business done and dusted, or you don't feel worthy, or you don't want to get on a sales call. I don't do sales calls. I do enrollment calls or breakthrough calls. And then you can sign up to, like, you can purchase my book or sign up to the challenge that's inside of this book for readers, or my bootcamp, or the mastermind if you're a soul match. I don't do sales calls, but in the industry, people teach you to do sales calls. I teach you to do breakthrough sessions. But if you're doing a breakthrough session and you don't believe that you are worthy of receiving the money, or you're not clear on the energy exchange, it kind of feels scary. You feel like an imposter, you feel like a fraud, you feel like all the things, right? I get an amen. So the soul income game helps you to, like, fast track all of that stuff, like bypass all of the techie stuff, all of the, like, I've got to be in business to be able to feel like I can receive money. And I give you the Soul Legacy Journal gives you £1,000, dollars, euros to spend every single day. Once you create your vision board that I share with you, the 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board, let me know if you've created it. In the link, in the cards in the description, I will leave the link for that. Once you create your vision, then you will have things that you want to purchase. If you want to travel the world, money, right? Even that, like, people go, well, I'm not driven by the money. Do you want to see the world? Do you want to travel? Do you want to travel while you teach? I do. So, right? So I'm giving you money to be able to visualize, basically, what it is that you want to experience. So spend the vibrational money voucher every single day with me. Type 10% to a worthy cause, whatever your worthy cause is. My worthy cause is called Compassionate Friends. It's a charity for bereaved parents, because I am one. My son made his transition 9 years ago, 12 days before his 20th birthday. Now, I'm not even going to go into that. So just spend the vibrational money, right? Spend it on a worthy cause. Spend the rest of it on your vision board. And if you do not want to spend it every day because you're like, oh, I don't want to spend money every day, Iona, I don't want to actually physically go and look up things to spend. That's not how you vibe. That's fine. Carry it over to the next day. And you have to spend it on Financial Freedom Sunday. That's all. So you get 7K in a week from this magical journal. You're welcome to experience what it's like to actually have money in your bank account. Because if your bank account is saying negative, minus, or a pile of stuff is coming out and you don't have the finances, then bringing that spirituality and that energy to know that money is just energy, an energy exchange, a fair energy exchange, then it's going to set you up for that spiritual business success. So when you're calling in your soul clients, you know what it feels like to have that money. You've visualized it a million times over, so that when you say, oh, enroll with me, then it's like you've done it in your mind a million times before. So it's not as scary and you don't feel crazy, right? Spend the vibrational money voucher. And then if you don't spend all of it, carry over the balance again till Sunday. Okay. Now, this is funny. Somebody was on with me. I don't know if you're on still with me, because sometimes it says that you're not and you are. Somebody was on with me for good half an hour. We've gone 35 minutes. Talk about the money. Talk about taking action. Gone. Are you still here? Don't go away. Spend your vibrational money voucher every single day, right? Live an intentional life. Live in alignment with your values. Find a way to feel comfortable. Do you know why? Because there's many people in this world that have money in their hands and they're doing I don't know what with it. But when we have it in our hands as light workers, it goes through us. We cleanse it, it goes through us. It goes to great and amazing things. It goes to our family. It goes to the world, to causes, to different things, right? That is living an intentional life. That is committing to living intentionally, setting the intention to manifest more money, thinking fit. Do you remember the manifestation equation, right? Thoughts, feelings, actions, faith equals a successful manifestation. People don't want to hear it, but that is what I'm here for. So when I was listening to Neville Goddard, it wasn't a book, it was a YouTube video. He was talking about, and let me know if you know Neville Goddard. He was talking about creation and like feeling that worth and feeling that inner calm and feeling that inner peace. No matter what, how big your dream is, you can manifest it. And so he says some of the affirmations were, all that I am, all that I seek is within me. All that I dream is mine. All that I dream is real. I'm becoming everything that I'm meant to be. Right? When you speak it, you're soul speaking into existence, it manifests, right? So doing the soul income game, if you want support again around this spiritual life coaching, and you want to actually set up your spiritual business and actually do that in the visible world, I would love to support you, right? So next segment. All right, we're nearly done. We've played the soul income game. We're going to do gratitude, and then we're going to wrap up. All right, so gratitude, I like to call it soul speaking into existence. I'm sliding on my chair. Soul speaking into existence, again, bringing this spiritual essence. A lot of people say it was spirituality. I'm a spiritual person. I was talking to somebody on the phone, actually, a guy, and he was saying, oh, for want of a better word, I'm a spiritual person. We're all spiritual people, but like whether we implement spiritual practices or not. And so many of us are like, well, I've got my guides, I've got my angels, I've got my cards, I've got my blah, 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 all things. They're tools. But when you're, then they're not necessarily going to change your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. Use the things that actually change your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, because you are the energy that you're vibrating out in the world is what's going to manifest. No matter how many tools that you have and your thoughts are out of alignment, your beliefs are out of alignment, you know, because people say, well, this law of attraction doesn't work. Law of vibration that's underneath the law of attraction, it works because we're vibrating. When we don't think, oh, well, everything's coming to me, spirituality, law of attraction, I know, and we think, okay, law of vibration, we're admitting that, am I admitting the vibration that I want to witness in the world? Am I admitting the vibration that is on my vision board? Am I speaking into that? Am I grateful for it already? Then we know why it's not working. So I say, I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate. We feel the blessings of everything that is on our vision board, or everything that we've experienced in the past, things that we're experiencing in the present, and things that we are going to experience in the predicted future. So you're in the process of manifesting. So when we raise our vibrational frequency, we tweak our frequency. The Seven Freedoms frequency is raising our vibration, right? I love it. Jerry and Esther Hicks, Jerry talked about when he read Think and Grow Rich, the word vibration being omitted from the text. I would think about 36 times or something like that. Like, yeah, it's vibration. So I say I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate. In order for our vision board to manifest, before it manifests, we've got to be grateful for it. We've got to see it. We've got to live from the end, as Neville Goddard says, right? Living from the end, beginning with a vision in mind, as Stephen Covey says, beginning with a vision. You don't have a vision, you kind of feel lost, right? So create your vision board with me and then come and say gratitude. So I say I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate. So we're going to go through the 7 freedoms: contribution freedom, health freedom, emotional freedom, environmental freedom, relationship freedom, spiritual freedom, and financial freedom. There's a lot of freedom. We have the vision for freedom. We raise our vibration to the frequency of freedom and love and joy and empowerment. And we have the value of freedom. I have the value of freedom in my life and fun. And if something is not fun and it doesn't feel like freedom, it feels like caged, I ain't doing it. Or not for long, right? It doesn't feel free. It feels freeing. It feels in alignment. All right. So I say, I'm happy. These 2 stones, my daughter gave me that one. We used to say gratitude as a family with my kids and my partner and stuff. And then my niece gave me this one, chakra. So I say, I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate it. You can write it down, or you can say it with me, or just listen along and then do it for yourself every single day. So we think of C.H.E.E.R.S, contribution freedom, the C.H.E.E.R.S to financial freedom frequency. So contribution, I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate the contribution that I'm able to make with my book. I wrote the book, I have Erland and dyslexia, I formatted the book, I edited the book, I self-published the book. Can I get an amen? Just saying. I'm happy and grateful. And this book is like, oh my gosh. I had a student that said, a soul sister that said, I know you should write a book on the intentional living codes. I don't have to. This is like, it's gold. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate health freedom. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the food that I eat every single day. I tend to focus on food. When I say we say prize over food. Well, I don't say prize over. Some people say prize over the food. But I'm happy and grateful and appreciate. One of my soul sisters said, appreciate even the water that I have and where it comes from and all of the jobs and all of the all the journey that it has to take to actually get to me. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that. And all the elements of the food that I eat, like everybody that has passed it on, packaged it, touched it, not literally touched it, but you know what I mean, packaged it on and made it available for me to purchase. I'm happy and grateful for that. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate emotional freedom. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the joy that I feel. I feel energy. Whoa. The joy that I feel, being grateful for all of the relationships I have in my life. Like, I'm really, really grateful for that. Like, yeah, I'm just really, really grateful. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the environment that I'm in. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the Soul Legacy Academy. It's in the Thinkific platform. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I can be online. I'm grateful that I can reach the people that I'm here to serve, wherever you are, whenever you are, like whatever time of day. I'm grateful for that. Like, I really am. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate relationship freedom. That my daughter has messaged me and she said my great niece who I fostered has a school play on Wednesday apparently, and she says, she's going on Tuesday and Wednesday. we can go. Like, I didn't have to create that. I didn't actually know that I would want to go. I went last year. I went probably the year before. Yeah, I did. And that's something that I can experience. So I'm happy and grateful for the relationships that I have in my life, the epic. Happy and grateful and appreciate spiritual freedom. Hear this. All of the co-authors sharing their spiritual awakening story in my co-author book series, absolutely priceless that we have that commonality of sharing our spiritual awakening. And after that spiritual awakening, that we know why we're having that awakening. I'm really happy and grateful for that. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the financial freedom to go on retreat in Thailand. Love it. Everybody that is coming along with me for the beachside gathering and doing it annually, that's amazing. So financial freedom is lit. All right. So that is it, I believe. Gratitude. I would say that I would love to support you in launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day, and doing it with ease, grace, and flow. And again, I have a 2-hour monthly coaching call with the 7 Freedoms Frequency Calling Gym for this spiritual life coaching, life work balance. I gift it to my students. If you come to the Spiritual Business Book Marketing on YouTube Masterclass and Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge, I will teach you how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying soul client, one-to-many soul clients, and it isn't through sales calls. I like breakthrough sessions, also video, also getting featured, also for your book, also for your retreats, all things that you've ever wanted to do in your spiritual business. I got you. All right. Come to the monthly networking call, the collab call in the soullegacyacademy.com/courses/the global networking hub. And you'll see the tab at the soullegacyacademy.com. I have a 2-hour monthly coaching call for ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, lightworker, doing their light work in the world, and entrepreneurs and healers, therapists, all things. And so if you're doing your light work in the world and you are around light minds, that helps you to not feel like you're a crazy person because you're awake, spiritually awake. I'm just saying. So we connect, we co-create, and we collaborate on our monthly calls, and we take your book on a virtual book tour. If you haven't written your book and you want to actually feature your spiritual awakening story, I will share with you in the hub how you can do that, how you can get your spiritual awakening and position yourself as an author. What else? If you want to write your book, I will share with you in the Soul Guided Millionaires in the Making Mastermind. If you come to the masterclass, then I'll share with you how you can do that, how I can share with you how to do that. What else? I think that is it. So here's to showing up, speaking out, and serving deep. It's all about the big vision and soul mission. It's a soul family influence, soul tribe impact, and soul client income. So here's to sharing your gifts and shining your light because you were born to serve. Be blessed in your soul purpose. I will see you on Spiritual Freedom Saturday. Every single Saturday, I come live at the Soul Legacy TV. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share this out. If you want to join me for these daily lives, I will strip out the audio and I'll put it on Spotify and Audible because I am big into repurposing. If you're watching this in the Soul Legacy Academy, I've repurposed it for you to make it easy, and I've put it into the hub so you can click on to the next episode. Big, big, big love. I will see you for Financial Freedom Sunday. Take care.